welcome back. I am so excited. Today we're going to be doing a review of the brand new Kathleen Lights X Colourpop The Zodiac Collection. Yay! I am so excited for this collection. I have always really been fascinated with the Zodiac and, you know, reading people's horoscopes, and it's just, I think it's really fascinating. I don't know how much of it I really truly believe in, but I think just so much it's true. For example, I'm a Libra. I'm wearing my little Libra necklace today, and I'm probably the most indecisive person you've ever met in your life. I can't make a decision to save my life, and usually if I can't make a decision, I'll end up just like, especially with buying things, I will just buy the same thing in like 20 different colors. Like I literally have this same sweater is in 5 different colors because I liked it and I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I just got them all. And I remember, especially in middle school, I got really into telling people their zodiacs, and I got this giant book from the library, like literally was like probably this thick, all about the different zodiac signs and finding out. I remember one of the things I would run around and I'd ask people like, when's your birthday? What time were you born? And do you want to know who your soulmate is? And I just remember, it said in the book that your soulmate is supposed to be the person who was born on your half birthday. So 6 months after you were born at the exact same time. So my birthday is October 2nd. So my soulmate would apparently be born on April 2nd at 5 p.m. 5:30. I was born at 5:30. Yeah, that's right. So I don't know. I think that's really cool. I find it fascinating. I've still yet to find my soulmate. If you know the guy who was born at 5:30 p.m. on April 2nd, you can send them my way. I want to see if that's like actually true. But I just love it. I love being a Libra, even though I'm super indecisive. I think Libras are super cool people. A lot of my best friends are all Libras and we get along really well. But yeah, so that's why I love the collection. I think it's beautiful, and I love the Zodiac. So I'm excited. If you want to hear me talk about this, we'll do some swatches, and you can see what you think about the collection. Then keep on watching. Why do I always sound awkward when I say that? But yeah, we'll be back to talk about this some more. Okay, so Kathleen and Colourpop came out with an entire collection. There is the eyeshadow palette. She also has 2 of the Luxe lipsticks, which I'm really excited about. I am not really into liquid lipsticks anymore, and I've really just returned to like the actual standard like lipstick formula, so I'm excited for those. She also has 2 of the Super Shock cheek highlighters, which are awesome. These are some of my favorite formulas of highlighters ever. I really, really love the creamy formula. I think they're super blinding. I'm wearing both of them right now. Bam! Can you see me from outer space with this highlighter on? I hope so. Glowing like the stars up in here with the Zodiac collection. And then she also came out with 2 of the liquid Supernova shadows. So pretty great collection. I'm excited about everything. So let's just kind of go through it all. We'll talk about it all. We'll do some swatches, and we'll just play with makeup, because who doesn't love just playing with makeup? So let's start with the main attraction. So the main attraction is the Zodiac Palette. So this retails for $18. There are 12 shades. Each one of them is named after one of the 12 zodiac signs. So I think that's really, really cool. The packaging is beautiful. It's this black unicarton with this like kind of rose gold imprints on it, and it has all the different zodiac signs. I think it was really interesting in Kathleen's launch video. She talked about why she chose to have certain of the different signs on the front. Like she is is this Aquarius? Yeah, it's Aquarius, the cupbearer. So she's an Aquarius. I think she said she's a Scorpio moon. I think her dogs are like I don't know, her dogs and things, like different people that are important to her are the other signs on the palette. And then on the back, here I am, Libra down at the bottom underneath the, yeah, Libra's always on the bottom. Libra's not like a cool sign to look at, it's just the scales, but it's important because you need balance in your life. And then I'm a Pisces moon sign, actually, which is up here at the top. I'm a Pisces moon and a Libra sun sign. So if you take it out of the packaging, it's just black with like blue moons on the inside, which is super cute. The actual palette itself is the same design as the outside of the packaging, but it's a blue. It's kind of a blue, slightly soft touch material. And then you open it up and you get the 12 eyeshadows. And it actually comes with like a giant mirror, which is really nice. I like it when eyeshadow palettes come with mirrors, and this is a pretty big size, and it's a nice quality mirror, so you can really see to do your makeup in this. So we'll go through and I'll insert some swatches of all of the different colors. I think they're so beautiful. So we'll start with, the first is the color is the Aries. So it's a satin finish. It's really this gorgeous, like kind of terracotta orange color with some gold reflex in it, which I think is just, it's a really, really beautiful, unique color. And I think Aries, so going from, you know, Greek mythology, Aries is the god of war, also in Roman mythology known as Mars. And so Mars is the red planet. So I think it's a really cool thing that to have this color, but it's not just a super bright red, which I think makes it very unique. The next color is the Taurus. So the Taurus is a matte mid-tone brown, but it's great for putting in the crease, for deepening up the crease, using as like your transition. Yeah, I get a lot of use out of the Taurus. I think it's so pretty. The next shade is the first real shimmer shade in the palette, and that is the Gemini. So this is a really cool color. It's a gold, but it's not super yellow toned, but it's also not super bronzy. It almost has a little silver in it, but it's definitely still on the gold spectrum. So I like the Gemini. The shimmers in this palette, sometimes I have found Colourpop shimmer shades to be a little bit dry or like crumbly when you apply them, but not in this palette. In this palette, all of the shimmer shades I have found to be very creamy, very buildable, very smooth, and easy to work with. So the last color in the top row is the Cancer, and it's a very light rose gold champagne. Something like, I think, a gold base with like a kind of a pearlescent pink in it, and I think it's beautiful. I'm actually wearing it as my brow bone highlight today, as well as a little bit on my inner corner, which I think it's really, really beautiful. I love it. The first color in the second row is the Leo. It was a more of a true coppery gold, but it's not coming off as too coppery. It has like this really nice gold tone. Next in the second row is the Virgo. Now this is another matte color, cool tone brown with maybe some like charcoal or gray undertones, but it's a really pretty color. It's nice for using to darken up the crease or darkening up the outer corner of your eye, but I think you get a lot of uses out of that, and it's nice to have another darker matte color and one that's also more cool toned. The next color is mine. It's the Libra. This is another one of the matte shades, and when I first saw this, I thought the color was really pretty, but I thought, oh, this is not going to show up on my skin tone like at all. But I started putting it in my crease, and it actually blends really nicely. So in the pan, it looks like a light pink, maybe slightly brown taupey kind of color, but when you start blending it out actually in the skin, it becomes more of a mauve. I was very pleasantly surprised with the Libra. It was not what I expected it to be. The next color is the Scorpio, and it is really, really pretty. It is a satin purple that has kind of almost a little bit of a gold undertone, I want to say, once you kind of blend it out. But it just, oh, it blends so easily. It's a really, really, really rich purple color. It builds nicely. It blends beautifully. I can't even say enough nice things about the Scorpio. Like this, that was a color I was like, oh, why are there two purples? I thought that was a little bit strange, but the Scorpio has a lot of nice dimension, especially when you compare it to the next color, which is the Sagittarius. So the Sagittarius is a matte, a mid-tone purple with maybe a little more of, you know, some warm, maybe burgundy undertones in it. It actually complements the Scorpio really well, but I think it's actually really nice to have one more matte tone purple as compared to the other that's definitely a true satin. Again, the Sagittarius purples can be sometimes a little bit hard to formulate, but I didn't notice any difficulties with blending this one. I didn't see any patchiness, and I think the richness of the color really stayed well on the eye. The next color is the Capricorn. This is another really cool shade. It is a black, but it has a gold glitter pressed into it. It's actually pretty pigmented. Sometimes blacks can come off as a little bit gray, but this one is coming off as like a true black, which I think is nice. So the final two colors in the palette are some that I'm a little bit more nervous to use. Like, I think they're really pretty colors and I want to be able to use more types of colors like these. So the next one is the Aquarius. Now this is such an interesting, I don't know what color you would call this. Is this more of a periwinkle blue? I think it probably is. It seems like it's more of a blue with a kind of a lilac or purple base to it. So I want to be able to use blues and more colors in my eye looks, and so I think maybe this color, because it comes off slightly more purple, is something I think I might be able to do. So I'm excited. And the final color in the whole palette is the Pisces. So this is another shimmer shade, and this is a very aquamarine blue shimmer. Oh, it's so beautiful. It swatches so nicely. It has a really gorgeous sheen. It kind of has like a silver base to it. I enjoy this color so much. When people ask me what my favorite color is, I usually say maybe black or pink. But really, if you look at the stuff that I own and the color that I am most drawn to in my daily life, it is this color. It is like an aquamarine kind of blue-green that I love the most. Even when my nails are a little more blue than aquamarine. But that color, it just speaks to my soul. And I just need to do an eyeshadow look with only like that aquamarine blue. I need to figure out how to work with color and how to make that color work, because it is beautiful and I love it. So basically I have nothing bad to say about the palette. I think all of the colors that I've used have performed really well, especially as compared to some of the other Colourpop shadows that I've had. I think these actually work really, really nicely. All of the shimmer shades work well. All of the mattes blend well, and I don't really think that they muddy together too much. I think you can still see really nice definition when working with this palette. So I'm very pleased. This is going to be going in like my go-to everyday makeup collection. I can't wait to use a lot of more looks. I think it's very versatile, and it's kind of the colors that I'm drawn to. It has a lot of warm tones and a lot of purples and golds. Like these are the colors I'm drawn to. So I'm very excited, very, very excited about this. And all right, moving on, let's talk about maybe my next two favorite items from the collection. And that would have to be these two Super Shock highlighters. I love the Super Shock highlighter formula. I think they're very, very creamy, and I like to go in with more of like a cream, or not really liquid, but more of like a cream highlighter first, and then pile on maybe a powder highlighter to go with it. And so I love both of these colors. I think I'm actually going to get a lot of use out of both of them. So she came out with two. The first is called On the Cusp. On the Cusp is a really beautiful champagne gold color that it's a little bit lighter, but I feel like it could still work for darker skin tones. I've used it. I'm wearing it today, and I think it actually looks really nice. It's not coming off too cool toned, even though it's a fairly light color. So then the next one she has is a more true gold, and this one is called Fire. Yes, fire, and it is fire. Let me tell you, this color, it is fire. It's so beautiful. It's a deeper goldy bronze color, which I think is really pretty. It doesn't show up quite as much as I would like on my skin tone. I think it's just too similar to my actual skin tone, but when I actually paired it with On the Cusp, it worked really well, and I think it adds like a little extra like dimension to them. But it's beautiful. I think anyone with darker skin tones, you know, a medium tan to a darker skin tone, is really gonna like Fire. It's awesome. And both of these are $8 for these Super Shock highlighters, but $8 for both of these, great deal. One of my favorite highlighting formulas of all time, so these are awesome. I actually also picked up backups because you could never have too many of these. These are so good. All right, moving on. Then she also came out with 2 Supernova shadows as well as the eyeshadow palette. So there is 2 of these. The first one is Astrology, which is a really beautiful, true yellow gold, which I think is a nice complement to the eyeshadow palette because there's not really a true tone gold in there. I think maybe it's the Cancer that's probably the most similar, but that's more of like, I think, a green tone gold, where as opposed to Astrology is a very true yellow tone gold, and I think it's beautiful. I think it'd be so nice just tapped like all over the eyelid, and just with a little bit of maybe brown in the crease and then a little of the eyelid, and then throw on your trophy wife highlighter. Fire. Throw on the Fire underneath and then trophy wife on top. That's a look. That is a look right there. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm excited. And then the next one is the color Constellation. So Constellation I'm actually wearing on the inner corner of my eye and kind of tapped up about to the midway point. Any of the lighter colors that you see on my eyelid is actually Constellation. And so this is a more of a rose gold type of color. It's very light, it's very reflective. It's a really beautiful color. I think the formula is pretty nice. I just have to say I'm not a huge fan of liquid eyeshadows. I just tend to have a little bit more trouble working with them sometimes, and maybe it's just that I need to play around with it and kind of try them a little bit more than I have in the past. But these do not have big chunks of glitter. They're just very creamy. It's more similar to the Shimmering Glow from Stila, and I feel like these perform similar to those. They have the nice flat paddle applicator, doe foot applicator, which I think is really nice. It makes it easier to tap this all over your lid. I went in directly with the doe foot applicator and then kind of patted it in with my pinky to just blend it out and make sure there wasn't any harsh edges or anything. So now both of those, the Supernova shadows, they are $7 each. Definitely worth picking these up. They're fantastic. I'm so happy with them. And so the final 2 items in the entire collection are actually 2 lipsticks. So these are the Luxe lipstick formulas from Colourpop that they have. I'm a big fan of this formula. I'm actually a big fan of just like regular lipsticks in general. I don't know, I'm just not into the whole like liquid lipstick phase anymore. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I'm just not into it. I'm kind of over it. So these are both in this beautiful, the typical Colourpop packaging, which is this like gorgeous rose gold with stars on it that then say Colourpop, and then you roll it out and it has the stars on the actual lipstick, and I think that's beautiful. It fits with the theme really, really well. The theme of the whole collection, which I think is beautiful. So first we have Scorpio Moon, which I would say is more of a mauve pink toned color. It's a very neutral color, but it has definitely a little bit more of a mauve pinky undertone. And I like it. It's not super dark, but it's dark enough. It's definitely the type of color that I am personally very like attracted to. And then the next color is What's Your Sign? That's so funny. I love it when people just come up and they're like, oh my gosh, what's your sign? So this is definitely a more true nude color. I would say it's light, but I don't think it's too light for me. Sometimes I tend to shy away from very light nude colors. I think they just kind of wash me out a little bit, but this one doesn't do that. It has a nice rich enough undertone. Even though it's fairly neutral, the base is strong enough that I don't feel like it washes me out, even though it's a neutral light nude, which I think is really pretty. Right now I'm wearing Scorpio Moon all over my lips with just a little bit of What's Your Sign tapped right in the middle to kind of give it a little bit of extra dimension. And yeah, each one of these are $75. Yes. $75. What? Yeah. So each of the lipsticks retails for $7 each, which again is a fabulous price. Like, that's a really good deal for a great lipstick, and I love the formula. It's fairly long wearing. Like, I put this on maybe about an hour or so ago, and I've had some water to drink since then. I've been talking, I've been doing other things, and it stays on really well. So for $7, it's a good deal. I might pick up another one of them. Yeah, I would definitely pick up another one. Scorpio Moon is still available, and it's, like I said, this is my color. It's my color of lipstick, so I might pick up another Scorpio Moon for only $7. So that is everything. You can get the entire collection, which is how I bought this. I tried to get the PR kit, but I logged in and it was literally right at 10 a.m. when it launched, and apparently being there right at 10 a.m. still was not fast enough to get the actual PR kit. So I didn't get that, but I did get the entire collection, which they have on the Colourpop website for $59, which is a pretty good deal. They say overall it's a $62 value. So, well, you don't really save that much. You save $62 and it's $59. So you save $3 getting it as a bundle, but you know what? Save $3 and buy like a lip pencil or something. So that is the entire Kathleen Lights and Zodiac collection. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you liked the review and all of the swatches, be sure to hit that like button. That's awesome. Leave a comment. Let me know. Are you going to pick up any of these items? Do you already have the collection? Do you think it's any good? I've been very, very impressed with it. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want to hang around and see other videos that I've been posting, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Be sure to double click it and you'll get all my notifications. You'll know every time that I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and be beautiful, my loves. Bye. Super Shock highlighting palette, highlighter, whatever than this guy does, but I think when you have the two, be sure to hit the subscription bell to be sure to hit the subscription bell. I do that every time.